Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and intuitive reader. I've got a message today for Aries, and to let you know how this works, I've connected with my guides in spirit and asked them to bring through a message that's going to be beneficial as well as inspiring for you this week as you navigate your spiritual journey. If you're new to this channel, I'm really glad that you're here, and I strongly encourage you to subscribe so you can stay in contact every week with this beneficial information from the other side. And if you're returning as ever, so glad to see you, very grateful for your presence. I would love it if you could leave me a comment of any suggestions for additional kind of content or videos that you'd like to see in the new year. This is the new year. Happy New Year. And I'm always looking to grow and expand, and your feedback would be really appreciated. So let's jump right into your reading, Aries. This is a strange energy you're in right now. I strongly, from these cards, I get this feeling of limbo, of waiting, just this strange suspension of time and activity. We've got the Eight of Swords for the energy given to you by the universe. And what I feel with this card is that you really are sensing that there's something moving or something shifting behind the scenes, but you're not quite sure what it is yet. You know it's there, you can sense its presence, maybe it's not even enough information to verbalize it, like you can't even really put it into words, but you just know that something's there. And you are acting actually quite quite intelligently with this energy. You're the Hanged Man is what comes up. And so you're willing to surrender to it, to kind of align yourself with this feeling of pause. When I was looking at this card, what was jumping out for me with these fruits on the tree, I believe they're apples. But the idea is that you know whatever is kind of shifting and moving and gurgling in the cauldron for you is going to bear fruit later. It's going to blossom later. You just have this trusting feeling like it's going to happen. But what's just a little bit odd is that the mental side of you just can't quite conceive it. Like I said, it's hard to verbalize, it's hard to talk about. You just kind of know and you sense and you feel. And there's something else in this Hanged Man card. So this Hanged Man card is a double message to you. It's also asking you to look at what you're willing to give up and what you're not willing to give up, what you're willing to sacrifice. Sacrifice is a big theme with this image. So I'm quite sure what that means, but they're asking you to consider what you'd be willing to give up and what you're not willing to give up. So as this energy kind of churns in the background for you and you're aligning yourself with it, they're asking you to refine it further. And it's almost like they're asking you, and by they I mean your guides in the universe, they're asking you to kind of funnel it into something that's more specific and relevant to you, so that when this comes, it really has meaning for you. So let's look at the rest of these cards because it's really interesting. We have the Seven of Swords before we had the Eight. So this is what the universe gave you. You've got the Seven of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, and the World. And I believe this is maybe a better picture of what's going on. Yeah, there we go. So again, this figuring out, this mental processing, you don't have to understand what's going on, but they're wanting you to sort and sift through things that you're willing to let go of, what you're willing to give up. This could be a lot of things. Let me just see if I can get a feeling of what they're trying to say, whether it's like behavior patterns or... No, it's kind of a look at everything. You know, are you willing to change your work-life rhythm, your work-play balance? Are you willing to get rid of some material things that you don't need anymore? Are you willing to drop old baggage, old emotional patterns that don't... What are you willing to give up? It's global. I'm feeling like it's across the board. It's not just go clean out your closet, right? It's everything. They're asking you to look at everything. And what I love about this card is you see how the swords are kind of interweaving? And there's no decisions being made yet. There's no actions being taken. They're just wanting you to kind of organize your thoughts around what it is, you know, that you can give up and what it is that you can't give up, what it is that you want to give up, what is it that you don't. Because whichever you've been asking for comes at a particular cost. And cost is not necessarily a bad thing, but there's an opportunity cost to certain things, right? Let me see if they'll give us an example of what we're talking about. They're saying car. So maybe if you want a certain car, like if you want to drive a certain car, you may have to forego certain expenses for a little bit of time. Like maybe impulse purchases, you might have to not go with them because you're saving up for a car. So you're sacrificing that experience so that you can have a better experience driving a car, driving a better car. It's that kind of thing, because yes, you can have everything, but it's everything in the right balance. So this is just a time for you to reflect and get that sorted out. Don't do anything. They're very much saying don't do anything. Just organize it for them so they know how to channel and funnel the energy for you. Once you've worked on that, then we get this lovely wheel card, and you really do start to see the world shifting and turning for you. You start to see you're sorting out your mesh. It's almost like a spiritual mesh, like a filter. That what you don't want goes through, what you want to keep stays in that filter. Thinking of like a colander. And you're going to start to see a little bit of that happen, but then it turns into the world, which is great. The world is the confirmation that you are going to receive what you've been asking for. What you were feeling way back here, I feel like this is like light years away. What you were feeling way back here finally comes out into the open and comes to you in a way that you're really excited about and you know is going to enhance and make your life better. But again, there's nothing that you need to physically do, but you need to do some mental activity. Just make sure that the mental activity is specific and directed towards reconciling what you do and what you don't need. There's just this must be for someone. There's just a lot of crap in there. This is not my words. There's just a lot of junk in there. And what the universe is trying to do is bring you vibrational matches to what you're asking for. And when there's so much junk in your energy field, in your house, in your space, it brings you more of that. And so then it creates more junk. So this is just kind of cleaning that out. So you only have the good and the beautiful and that which you really, truly want. So if you've got questions about that, please let me know. I'm always happy to explain this further to you in the comments if need be. And for your benefit, I am offering these special discounted New Year's readings. I called them solstice readings before, but it's really for any kind of new door that we're walking through. Those are still available at the special discounted price of $88. Usually they would be $110. So if that is of interest to you, please check out trueguidancetarot.com or send the link in the description below to someone who might be interested in that kind of refreshing reset on what's going on. So I'll see you next time and have a great week.